And we're back. Hopefully everyone can hear us okay. And we're hoping to bring in our guest, Kirsten Speirs, the founder of KD Media. Kirsten's been a big supporter of ours pretty much since we started up. Really love what they do with all the different awards programmes, obviously the Scottish Gin Awards, the Beer Awards, and they've got a couple of exciting things on the horizon as well. So we're hoping we'll now be able to bring Kirsten in for a chat.
And most importantly, see her and hear her. You're on, Kirsten. Testing.
Testing.
Maybe we should just ask the audience if they can actually hear us. We'll get. I'm sure Pippa or someone like that will soon comment to say yes, we hear you. Yeah. That would be much appreciated. Yeah.
I'll leave you to monitor that. But I have to say, in all my years doing event management, this is probably the most stressful live event I've ever done.
Sorry about that. That's what you're going to remember us for now. Great. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've had a thumbs up from someone, so it looks good.
That's good to hear.
Well, sorry, I think we were 9 minutes late officially on that. But the good news about this is, it goes on Facebook, so if you've missed the start and thought it's not happening, then you can always catch up later. So back to what we were actually going to catch up on. What does lockdown look like for you at the moment?
Oh my goodness. Well, probably a lot like everyone else. I've got a very chaotic house, and we're all trying to do lots of different things all the time. I've managed to get rid of the kids for a short time, so I've sent them all off to watch Star Wars because, of course, it's Star Wars Day today.
That's
right. But, you guys are working and you've got young children like we do, and you're just trying to do a bit of everything, do a little bit of homeschooling, keep up with everything that you need to from a business point of view, and just get by day to day.
Yeah, fantastic. And it looks like you've got a drink there, Kirsten, behind you. So what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I had a long thought about this, and I thought it was only apt that I go with the 2018 Gin of the Year, which is, of course, the Eden Mill Original, which we've seen just in the last month reincarnated into a charity gin. So money going towards NHS masks for heroes. So Eden Mill Original, great gin. It's obviously performed well 2 years in a row with Scottish Gin Awards, and it's always a nice one.
Yeah.
No, good call.
We're hoping to make it down to see the new distillery once it's opened up as well, because it looks like it'll be a fantastic Scottish gin sort of distillery experience as well. So, fantastic.
Great location for them, and lots of potential there, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, obviously, we've heard a bit about how lockdown is affecting you, kind of home-like life, if you like. So, what does that mean? What does lockdown mean for not just KD Media, but your awards programme in general?
Well, we don't quite know yet, I think, is the honest answer. But I think it was probably early March when we first started to take this seriously and think this was going to actually make an impact on us. And we had to postpone an event which was due in the middle of March. But even then, as you'll find yourselves, the situation is changing so rapidly that even our feelings about the business and what we thought might happen just as soon as 4 weeks ago has completely turned on its head even since then. So we're in a position with regards to the Scottish Gin Awards that we've delayed the judging. So we've got our usual plans with our fantastic judging panel to meet in Edinburgh in the last week of July. So we've got quite a while to hopefully see some improvement and allow us to host that really important event, which will be the tasting. And obviously the business judging we can do remotely if we need to, but the tasting is a very big event for us logistically and just in terms of the credibility of the awards as well. So we want to make sure we can stage that as best as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think we talk for everyone when we say we hope by July, certainly the end of July, that we'll be back to
some form of normal.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe not exactly how it was, and maybe for the better. But that's a few months away. So I'm sure your schedule will be okay there.
And obviously, there's a team of people at KD Media that help support all the different industries and events. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about your team that you work with, Kirsten?
Sure. So, well, there's 6 of us in the business. I think going back, I think Kelly Porter's the long-serving employee, so she's been with us, about 8 or 9 years, I reckon. So she's our event director. She deals with all our venues and our suppliers and our AV guys and our technical advisors in terms of the tasting for the drinks competition. And then not long after Kelly joined, we brought in a young intern called Pippa Barker, who has made a great impression on the business and has been with us 5 or 6 years, I guess, now. Pippa joined at a time when we were first looking at expanding the awards into the food and drink sector, and so with us launched the Scottish Beer Awards. And of course that event now is 5 years old, so that was 2015. And since then, and obviously since the start of Gin, and just at the start of the Gin Awards journey for us, I brought in an old colleague of mine, Gail McHale, who's our marketing director. And Gail joined after decades of experience. She'll not be pleased with me saying that, but quite a wee bit of experience in luxury hospitality. So she's been a great addition in terms of understanding hospitality marketing. And then we brought in a lady called Max Henderson over a year ago, and she actually came in on a couple of weeks where I thought, it's really busy, we need an extra set of hands. And I knew Max had a great combination of skills which covered professional services and corporate Scotland. And she made such an impact we couldn't let her go, so she joined full time. So between myself and then also Diane, our finance manager, that's the KD team.
Yeah.
So who I'm missing very much indeed at the moment. It's not easy being all apart all over the country, and we're catching up with regular Zoom calls over cocktails, which is great fun.
Yeah. You seem like a close-knit group, which is good to see, because I often see you're away on weekends, away team building things, and I'm just kind of wondering when Natalie's going to do something like that for me.
Yeah, you're showing us all up.
I'm sure you guys are a model of teamwork.
Yeah.
We get our trips away. We work trips.
Yeah.
So you touched on the Gin Awards there. What stage are you at the moment? And has that kind of milestone? I know there's a few milestones around applying and judging, and what stage are you at, and has that kind of changed with the way things are?
Well, it's open for entry, so you can go onto the Scottish Gin Awards website and you can have a look at the categories, and you can even, as a lot of people are already doing, taking the lockdown time available if you're not rushed off your feet making hand gel, to actually do an entry. Yeah. So there's quite a few people I know who have been in touch who are already spending the time at the moment to piece that together, because particularly when you have to do a written entry for the Scottish Gin Awards, that can take a little bit of time. But everyone who does it actually really kind of appreciates the effort they put in, because it's a really good indication of what you've been doing in the last 6 to 12 months. Yeah. And often you forget. It's one of those opportunities where you don't stop to actually tick off all the boxes and remember all the milestones. So it's quite a rewarding process, I think, for a lot of people. So we're open for entry. You can have a look at the awards. There's a little bit of feeling at the moment that we might throw in a couple of new categories maybe nearer the deadline time, but we'll need to watch this space. But there's certainly lots changing in the gin industry at the moment, and I think we need to be mindful of the conditions of working and the way people have had to adapt really quickly to do new things. Should we manage to meet in October as an industry, then I think we do need to think about recognising what COVID-19 has meant for these businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, certainly from our point of view, it's been fantastic seeing a variety of distilleries, all shapes and sizes, adapting to, whether that's their business strategy, whether it's how they market their business, whether it is making hand sanitizer. So I think there's a lot. I feel it's a pretty grim time right now. I think there's a lot to celebrate in that. When we do come out of lockdown, and hopefully these people will be sort of recognised and rewarded for all the efforts that they've made.
Yeah.
So moving on to sort of the judging process, how do you guys go about judging the awards? Obviously, you get to enjoy a lot of gin, but obviously there's a lot more to it than that. So can you tell us a bit about it?
Of course. So we decided to include a business section. So that is a written entry that allows us to really get under the skin of the businesses that are operating in gin production in Scotland and understand what they're doing, what their strategy are, what their aims, what their ambitions are, understand their product development, their people, their community work. There's some fantastic stories, and you guys know this better than anyone because you're out and about seeing these distillers all the time, but there's just some fantastic stories going on of really good, positive business success. So we like to try and get an update from everyone on what's new and what's been happening, and that's part of the business panel. So the panel that you'll see on the website, there's around 40 people on that panel, and the business panel is chaired this year by Adam Hardy, who's the head of food and drink at the accountancy firm Johnson Carmichael. Adam's very connected. He's an excellent chairman. He's going to take us through the decision-making process of understanding the business winners. So the material is all sent via secure link to all the judges. They get that about 2 weeks in advance, and then we meet as a group to debate the strengths and opportunities with all the businesses that have entered. So last year, for example, we had 105 companies, which all entered numerous business categories. So it's quite a lot to get through. Mm-hmm. And that takes care of the business awards. But of course, the ones that everyone wants to win are the taste awards. Yeah. And that's where we spend an awful lot of our time getting the logistics of that right. Of course, we had 174 gins last year from about 74 companies, and it was a great lesson in logistics. It's storage, it's pouring, service, it's how to make sure that every piece of liquid is looked after in the same way as everyone else, make sure that we're pouring everything at the right time, that nothing's sitting out, that the liquid is protected with proper lid, and that it's served at the right time to these tables of judges eagerly waiting. So it's a very precise operation, which we take really seriously. But I think in doing so, that actually results in real recognition that these awards are really credible and that they are taken very seriously. And the judging panel, who you'll no doubt see yourselves on the website, have got some fantastic experienced judges there who've been distilling for many, many years, including, head distiller from Tanqueray, from Beefeater. We've got Johnny Neal this year from Whitley Neal, and so many others who all bring great experience to the judging. So it's a big do, but it's great fun.
Absolutely. And for those that don't know, I guess gin makers know, but maybe the gin drinkers out there, it is a blind tasting that you do, isn't it? And it's just scored 100% on taste for the tasting awards, obviously.
Yeah, it's blind tasting, double blind. Everything's coded twice. So the bottles are coded, and then the samples are coded, and then they're randomised, so nobody's drinking the same stuff at the same time, so they're not colluding with their answers.
Okay.
It's a great. It's a very highly technical process, which we couldn't do without our technical advisors, who are Cara Technology, who are international flavour consultants. And we rely on them 100% to make sure that everything's going out at the right time to the right people.
Brilliant. And you touched on it there. You maybe don't want to give too much away, which we completely appreciate, but we'll chance our luck anyway. Are there any changes or new awards or anything that you can let us in on?
Well, so far we decided to create a sustainability award this year. We noticed a lot going on last year. Obviously, we saw Glenwithus win newcomer, and I'm pretty sure that Dunnet Bay, Rockrose had such a strong sustainability message in all their entries last year, plus the fact they won so many taste medals, that really combined to give them a real winning ticket. And of course, they collected Scottish Gin Distillery of the Year. So that's a particular thing which is new, but there's a couple more which I think we might add in just when we review things as they develop in the next couple of weeks. So watch this space.
Yeah. Great. And sorry, I was waiting for him to ask the next question. We're taking turns. But no, so So I guess something I'm really looking forward to. I know we gave you a wee heads up on this one, just from our posts earlier. But if you had to pick a few of your favourite moments from the awards for whatever reason, you know, what are some of your best memories from all years that you can think of?
Wow. Lots of different things. I mean, you know, we really love what we're doing. We love these events. We love bringing people together and really giving them a chance to celebrate all their achievements. I think probably year one was a highlight because we didn't quite know how big it was going to be, and obviously we got over 500 people. It was fantastic. But actually, seeing breakthrough winners, that always is a fantastic experience. So those winners for me have been Verdant, who won in the first year and came right to the top of the London Dry category. And I actually can remember during judging that day, there was a real sort of ripple of chat going around the judges. What is that gin? What is that gin? Nobody could place it. Nobody knew it. They couldn't wait to find out what it was. And of course, the team are all running around backstage trying to find it and find out what it was. So it created great excitement on the day, but also obviously a great reaction from Andrew and his team on the night. And I think we saw that in a very similar way, slightly more emotional, because it was such a personal win. But to see Lenzie Gin win last year under similar circumstances, where they came out the top of the most competitive category, was a great moment. So they're highlights. But I think actually last year I do remember feeling that one of the greatest things I felt throughout the 3 years we've been doing this was that the industry was really united last year. And I don't think anyone would disagree that when we first started out in doing Scottish Gin Awards, at the time it was a little bit divided. There's a lot of jungle drums and gossip going round. But actually I think what really shone through last year was this really strong sense of community spirit, that everyone was really rooting for each other. And I feel as though we've really managed to bring this industry, which is changing all the time and growing really quickly, bring it together and celebrate each other, and that's a great highlight for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, well said. Great. And you know, if you were to, well, you touched on Verdant there, and I'm sure you've had feedback from winners about you know, what it means to them to win awards. How do you feel the Scottish Gin Awards supports not just the brands but the Scottish gin industry overall?
Well, I mean, there's so many things. I mean, obviously, to win a medal, to win a taste medal, we know delivers such a huge sales advantage for gin distillers. And we've got great examples of those medals in action, certainly for Verdant, certainly to an extent for Lenzie, who, you know, now have a distribution deal, but also with bigger guys like Eden Mill, who took their original gin and decided to do an exclusive with World Duty Free and branded it properly as Scottish Gin of the Year, and they created a whole new revenue stream out of it. But I think for the smaller guys and the medium guys who are still growing, you know, these awards open doors. There's no doubt about it. You will definitely get noticed if you go to any distributor or retailer with an award on your bottle. And I think these awards are really gaining momentum now in recognition that these are tough to win. Number one, remember, there's only 3 medals given out in every category. It's not like others where maybe the top 95% seem to get awards. They're really hard to win. So they're gaining real recognition, and I think people recognise that.
Yeah, no, it's something we've heard ourselves as well, you know, in more recent, you know, certainly the last 12 to 18 months, from gin makers. And as things become more competitive and more gins come to the market, that, you know, as you say, distributors, wholesalers, you know, new markets, you know, they want to know, well, you know, what awards have you won? And so, you know, that carries weight, as you say.
Yeah, what makes your gin stand out over other competitors?
Absolutely. So, and something we're excited to learn a little bit more about, of course, is your Drink Scotland, which I know you've done a couple of teasers on. You're launching that from 2021, provided everything stays on track with what's going on. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, I think we decided we'd run a great trade show for the brewing industry called Beer Matters for 4 years, and I think we decided in the delivery of that what was actually missing in Scotland was one event that brought brewing, distilling and soft drinks all together, and that would be a trade show and a conference as well. And I feel really confident that this event can become a really significant date in the diary, not just in Scotland and the UK, but worldwide. You know, there are some great drinks expos all around the world. And I just can't believe that Scotland, the home of Scotch, the home of the best gin on the planet, and some fantastic beers, as well as Iron Brew, let's be honest, hasn't got that. So we're working really hard to get that delivered. I hope it'll be next year. I don't know. We've got a website ready to go. We've got a fantastic brand. We've got a venue, but we just don't have the market that we need right now to do what we need to do. So we'll just need to wait. But I feel really positive that we can create something really special there.
No, we're excited to hear more about that, and we'll watch as your plans progress.
And obviously anything that can bring buyers into Scotland to come and check out some of the amazing brands and businesses we've got here, fantastic.
Absolutely.
So I guess, what are you most looking forward to post sort of lockdown?
Wow. Oh, well, I miss the team, right? So I really want to get together with Team KD, and we are in touch. But a drink with the team in town would be something to look forward to. We love doing these events. It gets us out there, meeting all sorts of people all the time, and it's tough for everyone right now, isn't it? You'll feel yourself. A chance to go to the pub, that would be a nice thing to do, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think it's all these simple things that we've always sort of just taken for granted as being part of our daily routine or our normal life, that you can nip to that coffee shop, you can nip to the pub to meet your friends for a drink after work or whatever. And I think hopefully, once we do come out of lockdown, we're all maybe just a bit more grateful and maybe a bit more gelled together as a society. We're maybe need to look out for each other a bit more and things like that. But
and support some of the small independent businesses out there as well. That's something that I get a sense that maybe there'll be a bit of momentum there, and hopefully that's something we can all positive we can take out of lockdown. But no, we really appreciate we've made good time. We appreciate your contribution and taking part and letting us in on a few tidbits for the Scottish Gin Awards and the trade show and so on. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Absolutely. It's been nice to see you guys.
I mean, I know the benchmark's quite low at the moment with no outdoor activity, but obviously as well, Kirsten,
myself and Natalie really appreciate all the support you and the KD Media team have given us over the last 2 years, and obviously you're a returning sponsor of International Scottish Gin Day as well. So we can only say thank you for everything, because you've been a friend to us since day one, and it has helped us being able to bounce ideas off you and just phone you if we needed a chat about things. So thanks for all your support and all your friendship as well. So
that's kind, Martin. Thank you. And likewise, it's been great to get to know you guys really well, and keep doing what you're doing. I think it's really valuable. Really
thank you very much.
I think we've got the same goals, and at the end of the day, we're here to support the Scottish gin makers. So long may it continue. But no, we'll end things there. Thank you again, and for those that you'll finally get a sip of your gin.
More than ever.
I should mention I've been sitting enjoying a Hendrick's tonight, but I've got no cucumber garnish, so I've used Walter Gregor's mint and cucumber tonic
shout
instead.
Out to a Scottish tonic brand as well.
You need to get a bartender on next. You need to get a bartender, teach you some skills, Martin.
That's it. That's me usually.
Yeah.
Not professionally, of course, just for the
photos. But thanks again for joining us for a chat, Kirsten. Great to see you. You take care, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Take care, guys.
All
Thanks
the best.
a lot.
Cheers.
Bye.
Okay. Thanks, Kirsten. We can see that a number of you tuned in, and the KD team are there cheerleading, cheering Kirsten on. And thanks to everyone that joined us. That was quite a good turnout. And obviously, for anyone who's missed this, you can watch it on Facebook going forward, the video section of our Facebook page, and we'll put it up on YouTube soon as well. Sorry about the technical hitch at the start. That kind of threw us a wee bit.
Yeah, we got there in the end, which is the main thing.
Next up, who have we got next up?
We've got Mark from SOS.
Mark from SOS Gin. So we're looking forward
He's
to that.
joining us on Wednesday. Friday, we've got Jim and Debs from Macintosh Gin joining us. Following Monday, I think we've got Craig Innes from Pixel Spirits, and
so it goes on.
Yeah. We've got lots of great gin makers and people from the sort of gin industry, Scottish gin industry, joining us for chat. So thanks everybody for your support. Thanks for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you all soon.
See you next time. Take care. Bye.
Cheers.